Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to be recording a little bit today, so I'm going to show you a little bit of how I make my home recordings. So here we go, let's get started. I'm just using a little bit of tape here. I'm going to record over them, and I'm erasing right now. As you can see, I'm recording nothing, so it's going to just clear the tape off for some new audio. Okay, so we got the tape and the microphone set up. What I'm going to do now is just check on the tape machine and see if I want it going in the red. Since this is on tape, it's a little bit different than digital. You can kind of go in the red and it sounds cool. It has like a nice little tape distortion. So here we go. I'm gonna try one out. This is kind of I would say maybe like a Bo Diddley inspired tune that I had an idea for. So let's try one out. So I've recorded the track, and it's pretty much going in the red. So I did the drum track a few times, and I'm pretty happy with it. The final one. So that's the thing with tape is, I only have 4 tracks here. So unlike digital, I kind of have to just do the track as many times as I think as perfect as I can get it, and then move on. Especially with a drum track or rhythm track like that, you can't really fix that after you lay it down. So you want to do it right the first time. And that's what I like about using the tape machine is kind of makes you do it right, the first time. So we're going to move on and do a little bit of shaker now. See, it's coming through over there. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using a simul-sync feature, which actually syncs the tape up so that I'm actually hearing out of the record head what the tape has on it already. So the playback head, if I didn't do this, everything that I played into this microphone would have, a second or so of a delay. But this sync feature enables us to record actually in time what I'm hearing in the headphones. So let's try one out, shall we? So we've got our rhythm tracks laid, or as much as we're gonna do right now at least. Now we're gonna move on to the guitar track. I have here a 70s custom with some tremolo on it. I'm sorry, some vibrato. Sounds pretty cool. I like to kind of try different things here. I like to start with the mic real up close, see what that sounds like in the headphones or the monitor, and then I was reading this thing that Jimmy Page said actually in an interview once, that if you want depth in your recording, you have to create it with the dynamics, like moving mics from far away, creating depth in the recording. So I thought that was interesting. I always like to try that out, try different things. More or less what I like to do is just experiment with different things until I get something that I like. And what I like might not be what everybody likes, but that's the thing, is just continuing to record and experiment with different things and see what you can make. So we're going to try this with the close mic. It's about 6 inches away from the cone. And we're going to try one out. Put it on the tape. Let's get rolling. tough thing with this tape here is you can't really crank it up in the monitor headphones that much. So if the amp's really loud and you're right next to it, you kind of got to work with it a little bit to try and hear where you are on the track. But I pretty much got it set up how I want. I fucking hesitated, man. Shit. I think what it needs now is a little bit of some slide guitar. I'm gonna put some slide guitar on it now. We got, as you can see, one track left. See, we've used almost all 4 now. We have the 3. So we have one track left. And I think what this track needs is a little bit of slide guitar, so I'm gonna try some out. Here we go. So now that we've gotten that recorded, let's see what it sounds like. So now that we've gotten all of our tracks recorded, we're going to now put them digital. We've got them, count them, 4 tracks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it sounded pretty good to me, so I think we're gonna move on and we're gonna bounce it into Logic, which is the program that I use. There are many that you can use, but I don't do too much to it, you know what I mean? I like to record on tape and get it sounding the way that I want it to sound, and then and focusing on that, and then bouncing it into Logic and keeping it pretty, like almost just keeping the sound of the tape intact. I like to put light compression on all of the tape tracks, very light compression, and just do a little EQ on all the tracks. Do like a high and low pass on them, and that's it, man. You know, I mean, I like to keep it raw sounding, keep it real. What I'm mixing, because I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna bounce all of the tracks into Logic, or just essentially, I don't know why I say bounce. I don't know if that's really technically the term or not. More or less just recording the signal that the tape machine already has. So we've now recorded to the tape machine, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make a digital recording of what we already have on the tape machine. So when I do this, you can do things like, interesting things like, I don't know if this is something that normal people do, because, you know, no one ever really taught me how to do this. I kind of just figured it out on my own. You can do things like crank the, say you have a guitar track on the tape machine, you can crank the track up, right? Get it in the red. It's going to get this nice tape distorted guitar sound. It's going to get a different sound than you would have gotten just plugging it right into the interface, you know what I mean? Some people like to plug direct in and just play DI, and they're fine with that, and that's great. But, you know, I don't think that sounds good. It doesn't have enough character for me. It doesn't, it just doesn't do it for me, you know what I mean? I like that tape saturation, that distorted, crazy guitar tone. And I have found through doing this that, you know, you can get some cool sounds out of it if you got an old tape machine lying around. So let's try this out. So basically, guys, what I'm trying to do here is this, all right? I'm trying to show you that you don't need, you know, a fancy studio. You don't need to go pay a bunch of money, to make a cool sounding record or an obscure sounding record. You can do it with things that you find in a store, thrift store, any kind of a secondhand store, online. You can find tape machines. It doesn't even have to be a reel-to-reel. It could be a cassette recorder, it could be a number of things. And yeah, I have a lot of gear here, but essentially you don't really need much, I wouldn't say, to make a cool sounding record on your own. And don't buy into the BS of, I need this piece of gear because I need this, $1,200 microphone to make me sound some way, I mean, I'm sure there are great sounding microphones out there and you can spend a bunch of money on them, but, if you're just recording in your house, it's like there's no acoustic treatment and like you haven't figured any of that stuff out, then why even bother with that? You know what I mean? I'm more or less coming from the point of like, I want to express these feelings that I have, put them on the tape, put them on the digital DAW or whatever, and move on, That's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody has different opinions on the way that they should do things. But, I'm just trying to do this to show you that it can be done if you want to do it. If you're not already doing it, you know what I mean? So let's move along now, and I'll show you what I do to import the tape into the DAW over here. So I've set up my tracks now in Logic. I have 4 tracks because there's only 4 tracks on the tape machine that I have. So that's all that we're going to be importing on this session today. And I'm going to start off here. Let's bring it over to the tape machine here. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it on. We have it already plugged into the computer over there. I'm going to, bring this arm up, which engages the motor for the tape. All of our sync features are off because we're not recording anymore. We're not syncing anymore. We're going to start here with the monitor source, and we're going to make sure our monitor sources are all tape. None of the recording modes are turned on. I like to start with a very low volume for everything, just to make sure that we're getting a signal in the computer, and then kind of mix it when we print it to the computer. So let's start here. All right, we're at about like 790. Put the computer on over here. This annoying ass click track's gonna come on. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? All right. So we're getting signal. It's an older song I recorded. Just came on. So we got some of this coming up. Let's turn this up. So we got the drums coming through. Now we're gonna do the guitar. Shaker. wasn't getting any shaker. Hold on. Let's see. Are we getting any of this here? Alright. I'm gonna mix it and come back. So as you can see now, we're printing, or transferring rather, the tape to the computer. Pretty much it, guys. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna do too much in post on this. I'm gonna keep it pretty true to what was on the tape, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna just start mixing it now. So I just recorded that in like 3 hours, and there's a song, you know, instrumental song, inspired by Bo Diddley. So here we go. It's gonna be on the next record. Look out for it. Matchstick Johnny. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you're having a good day. And now we're gonna go mix. So we're gonna mix the song in the computer, and then you know, put it out into the universe. Here we go. I feel good. I hope you feel good too.